Hi guys, so in today's video I show you guys how to do two different types of eyebrows. This side over here is just an everyday eyebrow that I do when I'm not wearing any makeup, completely no makeup except for my brows. This eyebrow is what I do when I am wearing a full face makeup. Typically, I do my eyebrows before I do any other thing, before I do my eyeshadow, before I do my foundation. I'm aware that everyone has different ways of doing their eyebrows. Everyone has different preference on how their eyebrows look. This is just how I do my brows. Well, if you want to learn how I did them, keep on watching. Alright, so I've got two ways that I typically do my eyebrows. I do have different techniques like each time I do my eyebrows, but these are the two main ways. A lot of people, when they're not wearing makeup, they don't like that super full, super dark eyebrow. I'm going to do one with makeup and one without, and I'll compare them side by side so you'll see both of them too. Let's start with the eyebrow with makeup. So usually when I'm doing like a full face, I like my eyebrows to have a base under so it has something to stick onto, just like a primer, but instead I'll use a concealer for that. So let's use this side as my with makeup eyebrow. So I kind of just brush it over and then just taking this, I really don't know what this brush is called. I got it a long time ago. Works perfectly for like concealers or I think it's part of a contour set actually. So I like to use this concealer as my base because when it dries down fast basically, and it's not too sticky, it's not too oily, so my eyebrows aren't gonna slip and slide. Okay, now what I do is I'm just gonna take my super old Flawless Brow Trio from BH Cosmetics. I'm going in with this brown color here. I'm just going to use, it's an angled brush, but it's a more fluffy brush. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not a super thin one. I've got a fluffy one. And this part I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows with that color. This is where I want to start shaping my eyebrows, but it doesn't have to be perfect yet. Alright, so once I've filled in my brows and I've got that shape going, I am now going to take a thinner angled brush and I'm going to go in with my Benefit Brow, and this is in the color or the shade 4. So I'm just going to take a teeny bit of this. What I do now is I'm just going to line the bottom here. Lining your brows will give you like a sharper image, or your brows a sharper image at least. So I'm gonna line them, and now I'm just gonna create strokes, kind of blending out that line so it's not too harsh on the bottom. And then a lot of the times I like to kind of do my top two. Sometimes I don't, so the top usually isn't a necessity for me at least. I know that everyone likes their brows different ways and everybody has different ways of doing them, so. Okay, so once I've got that, it's looking a little bit more sharp. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I'll take one of my favorite spoolies and I'm just going to blend it out a little. Or try to brush out my harsh lines. I personally don't like to brush my brows too much because then I feel like it just makes my eyebrows super messy. Now that I've got that, I like to use my Physicians Formula Eye Booster. This is in deep brown. It's a super thin liner and I like to use that for my eyebrow hairs. So now I'm just going to start from here. I'm going to lightly, whoa, lightly stroke up. And kind of just blend it in when I get towards that. Alright, it's time to cut and conceal, so I'm actually going to go back in with this. Take a little bit on a flat synthetic brush and start concealing. So I feel like this part is the part where you either make or break your eyebrows. I feel like concealing them, especially for when you're doing it like a full face look, concealing them will make them look that much more perfect. I'm just gonna shut up. So this part is the part where you actually create the shape of your eyebrow and like what you want it to be. Say if I didn't want it too high of an arch, I could absolutely do that while cutting and shaping and concealing my eyebrows. If I wanted a higher arch, I could definitely go in and clean up that area a little bit more. So that's what I love about concealing eyebrows. Now I'm just going to take that fluffy, big-ish kabuki whatever brush, and I'm just going to brush out all that concealer that is around my eyebrows. And there you go. That's it. That is the eyebrow look for when I have makeup on. And now we'll get into what I do when I don't have any makeup on and I just want a quick brow. On days that I'm super lazy, I just want a quick brow because my eyebrows are so light. If I go out like this, I'd probably not look right. So those days, this is my my Wonder Brow. Clearly you can see that I am running out and I need a refill of this. I love this, especially on my no makeup days, because the formula is sticky, so it sticks onto my brows and it's kind of like a brow gel for me already. I don't need to do anything with my eyebrow hairs with that. Also, when I'm not wearing makeup, I get super oily even faster because I'm not wearing any products on my face that'll help my oil control. When I'm not wearing makeup, I grease up really fast. This thing will hold my eyebrows all day, and basically I'm so oily that at the end of the day I can literally kind of wipe off. It'll still stay there, but you can tell that it's been touched. And this is supposed to hold like, I don't know, 24 or 48 hours. For me, I'm so oily at the end of the day, it's pretty easy to wipe off, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. I want the makeup off my face anyway. But this really does the trick for my oily face all day when I'm like out and running and like getting greasy. This will help. Okay, and this is the only product that I use on my no makeup days. This part is pretty simple. It's going to be super easy. So what I use for this, I can't find it, but I'll use an angled brush. This time a not so thin, not so thick. So like right in between. I don't want that too thick because I'm not concealing my brows or, you know, shaping them or anything. I don't want it to look too out of hand. Using a super thin angled brush will make the eyebrows look super streaky, especially because this is kind of a liquid formula. You don't want that look either. I'll just take the brush and now I'll take some on here. I like to be generous too, so I'm putting a lot on my brush. And then kind of just go ham with it. I start always on my bottom because I want to know how I'm shaping my arch all the time. So I'll start right in the middle and I'll shape my arch first. like that. So I know where my arch is. That's always the biggest for me when I'm doing my eyebrows, is where my arch is, if I want an arch that day. Yep. So once I have that, I'm going to start up here. And then I start filling in my ends. And then slowly I'll start doing my inner corner, or my inner brows. I don't want the inside of my brows looking too harsh, so that's always my last part to go to, and I always like to try to blend it out or fade it out. I should have used my other lens for this video. I'm so stupid. I don't know if you can see on camera, but this formula sticks my brow hairs right down, so I don't have to worry about them, whereas this part you can see my eyebrow hairs because I didn't put any gel on. I did absolutely nothing but use this product, so it's a perfect product for my no makeup days because it literally will stay on my face all day and not budge or smear or like completely erase from my brows. I'm just going to show you guys how well it stays in my face. So I'm using a cotton pad, using some toner. I'm just going to soak it and swipe it twice. Just a little bit, but you can still see that it stays on. Alright, so there you have it. Here is the side of no makeup. And here is the side with makeup. So these are two different ways that I do my brows constantly. This side is typically how I do them when I want a full face makeup look. This is like on my school and work days where I just have to get up, get ready, and out the door. I don't have like 20-30 minutes to do my makeup, so I kind of just brush on some Wonder Brow and we're all set. Thank you so much for watching.